Welcome to Love After 50. I'm truly happy you're here today. Can I ask you something, woman to woman? Have you ever found yourself wondering whether a man was quietly falling in love with you, or whether you were simply reading too much into his kindness? Maybe you've replayed your conversations in your mind, thought about the way he smiled at you, wondered why one simple text message stayed with you all day. Then, just as hope began to grow, you questioned yourself. Maybe that's just how he is. Maybe I'm imagining things. If you've ever felt that way, believe me, you're not alone. The truth is, many women spend so much time waiting to hear the words that they miss what the heart has already been saying. Because love, real love, doesn't always arrive wrapped in grand gestures, especially after 50. At this stage of life, people have learned to protect themselves. Some have been disappointed. Some have loved deeply and lost. Others have built walls they never imagined they would need. So when love finally finds them again, it often speaks quietly before it ever speaks aloud. That's why today's conversation matters. We're not talking about flashy romance. We're talking about the small, almost invisible moments that reveal what's happening inside a man's heart. Moments so ordinary, most women overlook them. But once you learn to recognize them, you'll never see genuine affection the same way again. So stay with me, because one of these signs surprises almost every woman the first time she notices it. And by the end of this conversation, you may find yourself thinking about someone very differently. Now, let's begin. Sign 1. He remembers what matters to you. A man who is simply being polite may remember your name. A man whose heart is choosing you remembers your life. He remembers the appointment you mentioned last week. He asks about your daughter. He notices when you've had a difficult day, even if you never say the words. Years ago, a friend of mine casually mentioned to a gentleman that her sister was having surgery. She didn't think much of it. 3 days later, he called and asked, "How is your sister doing today?" She smiled and later said, "That was the moment I realized he wasn't just hearing me, he was listening to me." My dear, people remember what their hearts value. When a man starts remembering the little things, it's often because you're becoming one of the important things in his life. But that's only the beginning, because once someone genuinely cares about you, something else naturally follows. Sign 2. He finds small reasons to stay connected. Love isn't always found in long conversations. Sometimes it's hidden inside a simple message. Have a wonderful day. Drive safely. This reminded me of you. Those aren't just words. They're little reminders that, somewhere in the middle of his busy day, you crossed his mind. One woman once told me, he never called for hours. Sometimes it was only 5 minutes, but somehow, those 5 minutes became my favorite part of the day. That's because consistency creates something romance alone never can: security. Anyone can make you feel special once. The right man makes you feel remembered again and again. And when you feel remembered, you slowly begin feeling something even more precious. You begin feeling safe. Sign 3. You feel comfortable being yourself. Can I tell you something? The right relationship doesn't make you perform. It lets you breathe. You stop worrying about saying the perfect thing. You laugh without feeling embarrassed. You don't hide every flaw or apologize for every mistake. One lady shared that on her first lunch with a gentleman, she accidentally spilled tea across the table. She was so embarrassed. He simply smiled and said, "Well, now I don't have to be the only clumsy one here." She laughed. The tension disappeared, and later she said, "That was the day I stopped trying to impress him and simply enjoyed being with him." My dear, real love doesn't make you feel like you're taking an exam. It makes you feel like you finally come home. And when a man makes your heart feel at home, you'll notice something beautiful. Sign 4. He protects your peace. Not every man who excites you is good for you, but a man who truly loves you will never enjoy making you anxious. He doesn't disappear for days. He doesn't leave you wondering where you stand. He doesn't play games with your emotions. Instead, his presence brings calm. One woman described it perfectly. She said, "I used to think love was supposed to give me butterflies. Now I know real love lets me sleep peacefully at night." That sentence has stayed with me ever since, because after 50, peace becomes more attractive than excitement. And perhaps that's one of the greatest gifts genuine love can offer. But there's one final sign, and in many ways, it says everything. Sign 5. Your happiness becomes his happiness. When something wonderful happens to you, he's genuinely happy. Not because he has to be, but because your smile has become important to him. He celebrates your victories. He encourages your dreams. He wants to see you become even more of the woman you were created to be. My dear, that's what love does. It doesn't compete with your light. It helps it shine brighter. And that's how you know the difference between someone who simply enjoys your company and someone whose heart has quietly chosen you. Before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with one thought. At this stage of life, love isn't about finding someone who makes your heart race every single day. It's about finding someone whose presence brings peace to your soul. Someone who makes ordinary moments feel meaningful. Someone whose actions quietly answer the questions their words haven't spoken yet. Because in the end, the deepest love is rarely the loudest. It's the one that shows up, listens, remembers, and chooses you again and again. If today's conversation touched your heart, leave the word peace in the comments. I'd love to know you're here, and your comment might remind another woman that real love still exists. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to subscribe to Love After 50, where we share honest conversations about love, healing, self-worth, and finding joy in every season of life. Until next time, take good care of your heart, because it is one of the most precious gifts you'll ever have.